Right, darling, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What is the project, The Truth and Beauty of Me, all about?
I think it's multi-layered. So there's some happiness there, some love, a lot of pain, a lot of sadness.
And what have you experienced in participating in this project?
A lot of irritation. No, I've enjoyed looking at the photographs and trying to decide what order they're in and the juxtaposition of the photographs. You know, whether we put the sad ones together, the loving ones together, or whether we separate them out.
It's interesting. And how do you feel the project has progressed from start to where it is now?
I think it's come a long way. I don't know how to describe that, but I don't know. It started off. How did it start off? I can't remember. But I think you've taken more and more powerful images, particularly of pain and sadness. I mean, the photograph that really sticks in my mind is the one of you crying, but also the ones of us kissing and hugging, the most important ones to me.
Roland Barthes was looking for a photograph of his mother. He said, gradually moving back in time with her, looking for the truth of the face I had loved, and I found it. My mother was 5 at the time and her brother 7. This is not a picture of his mother. He never left it for us to see. This is Karen at age 5. It is 16 years before I knew her. But it is her. It is the Karen I love, my princess, and yes, it is a photograph. It is not her, but it represents an idea of her which fits so well with my idea of her. My project, The Truth and Beauty of Me, is developing so many layers. I've moved on from focusing on the deep pain inside me to showing a more complete idea of me that does have pain, but is also defiant and is surrounded by love, beauty, and magic moments of pure happiness. Opposing forces are at work, pushing hard against each other. I am strong and weak, happy and sad, crying and laughing, all in the same day. Christina Nunez runs a portrait experience workshop where she is seeking to create art from scripted self-portraits. She talks of taking portraits of me and other, and me and the world. My project has moved into the space of me and other, and me and the world. My oldest son Alex and youngest son Dan made fun of an image of me resting my head in ivy. Listening in, my 8-year-old granddaughter, Ella, asked if she could be photographed making the same pose. I sat for 25 hours as a local sculptor sculpted my head. My project has shown me that by looking at myself in different ways with a camera can help me see so much more of who I am. Here is a photograph of me considering another representation of me. But representation was a challenge too. I kept not seeing what I wanted to represent or make meaning of. Laura Hine told me to stop trying and instead explore the senses of my emotions. This was so liberating as I rested my head in ivy and danced in a skirt to T-Rex on my terrace. I did succeed with some images that showed parts of me obscured or missing. I also captured some moments that do capture the pain I'm in and the big loss I'm about to face. But even in these images, I also see strength there and a form of beauty. I have looked at the work of others to inform my work. I went to photography exhibitions in Madrid, Arles and Amsterdam this year. The work of Mohaw Madis Sakeng interested me in Amsterdam. It got me thinking about scripting, staging and lighting, as mechanisms for representation. Jo Spence was a pioneer using self-portraits to explore herself and experience the therapeutic and artistic effects. She and Rosie Martin did co-collaborating with the roles of subject and therapist. I spoke with Cristina Nunez at length about her work using self-portraits to create works of art. Her work exploring the idea of our inner mother fascinates me. In it, she gets people to photograph themselves as they think about the caring part of themselves and the one that can love and nourishes inside. I discovered Laura Panic via Ben Smith's fantastic podcasts, but his interview with her on A Small Voice. The images in her project Digital Self-Esteem are such a powerful representation of youth. She uses a two-sided mirror to get subjects to keep looking at themselves while she is the other side of the mirror taking images through the process. She asks, will the next generation begin to feel like they are a disappointment or inadequate version of their edited digital persona? I was delighted when Laura gave a lecture to us during this module. In this module, Sustainable Prospects, we have been looking at ways of making money out of photography. It appears to be very hard. Gursky sold Rhine 2 for a record $4.3 million. Nobody else has come anywhere close to this number. The total value of sales lots of photographs at the major auction houses is pitifully small compared to the art market for paintings. Assuming there are only 10 million photographers pointing their work in this direction, that means less than $32 each per year on average. Even more depressing is that the top 10 sellers rarely change over time. It is a conundrum that in an equipment market forecast to grow to 110 billion by 2021, there is so little income to be made by the artistic users of that equipment. Two things to say about this are that Google, Amazon, Apple will all be making their own share of the income from this spend, and all of us as human beings place a non-monetary value on using the equipment to capture our own lives. I have now listened to 43 of Ben Smith's excellent Small Voice podcasts. So far, only Matthew Parr and Bruce Gilden admit to making a very comfortable living out of their trade. All the others have won prizes, been given accolades and big exhibitions and are well known, but all confess to struggling to making a living out of their art. However, I do believe there is a high income opportunity for me in creating a retreat and workshops built around the idea of the truth and beauty of you. Cristina Nunez is showing the way with her self-portrait experience that starts at the low end with Skype sessions at €100 per hour, rising to $4,000 revenue for her working with 12 people over a 2-day experience. Bruce Gilden runs his Be Yourself 4-day workshops, bringing him a revenue of over $25,000. Working with 15 clients. My own work in progress is becoming more powerful as each month passes. It also raises further layers of inquiry, and I feel there is great potential in this work. My research shows there is a growing practice within photography using the self and what is around it to create powerful art and personal transformation. I foresee a photo book for my own work in The Truth and Beauty of Me, and will develop the idea of a retreat for people to explore the truth and beauty of you.
I was dancing when I was 12. I was dancing when I was 12. I was dancing when I was out. I was dancing when I was out. I danced myself right out the womb. I danced myself right out the womb. Is it strange to dance so soon?